Hello. Good evening, everyone. So our group will report about
Ah,
cost engineering audit of
ala.
a completed school project. Next slide, please.
Pwede, pwede. Tawagan natin sige yan. So, bahala kayo.
Next slide. Okay. So part one, overview of the project and funding source. So the project is a one-story, two-classroom school building. The lot area is 300 square meters with a floor area of 126 square meters. The location of the project is in Malasay Elementary School, Barangay Malasay Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte. This project is prepared by DPWH, Second District Engineering Office at Zamboanga del Norte. And the approved budget for the contract of this project is 4,975,000 pesos. Next slide. Okay. So one of the requirements in our project is to provide documents from either commissioning audit or from DPWH. So we were able to find a document, official documents regarding this project. So first, we have here the bidding documents. So pinapakita ng document na to na dumaan ang project sa bidding at dalawa yung contractor na nag-submit. So the procuring entity is Government of the Republic of the Philippines, represented by Aminodin P. Maniri. He is the District Engineer of DPWH, Second District at Zamboanga del Norte. Yung contractor na nanalo sa project is the Golden Lion Construction, represented by Berno Ben, the Nayal Isol proprietor in Dipolog City. So this document can be accessed also in the DPWH website. The contract ID is 24JZ0056. The amount is 4,950,166, and the date of the agreement is May 27, 2024. The summary of the contract is the contractor shall execute and complete the project, specify and remedy any defects, and the government agree
Aya, kung mo
to
ito
pay the contractor according to the approved bid prices and actual work done, certified by DPWH. Next slide. So another document that we have here is the notice of award. So this document will show that uh, the Golden Lion Construction won the bidding process. Next slide. Next, okay. So another document that we can provide here is the actual contract agreement between the two parties, wherein the project was notarized also last June 5, 2024. So this is a project last year. Next slide. So my group mate will present the bill of quantities and bill of estimate.
Thank you. Bill of quantities. Here are some items and quantities included in scope of works. So, as you can see, the item number, the description of quantity, the unit cost, total amount. So here is the other general requirements like permits and clearance, project keywords, signboards, occupational safety and health programs. So makikita nyo yung amount, total amount, unit cost, and then mobilization and demolition. So under earthworks naman is removal of structures and obstructions. So total amount din niya is 91,767.24. So under earthworks pa rin is the structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway structure, excavation, embankment from barrow, common soil, gravel fill. So their amount is 13,462.42, 13,609.26, 90,136, and yung gravel bill niya is 25,583.67. So under reinforced concrete naman is the structural concrete, yung class A, 28 days. So yung quantity niya 43,530 or 43,530 cubic meter. So yung unit cost niya is 8,700 or 8,222.33. So with a total amount of 357,918.2. And then under reinforced concrete pa rin is yung reinforcing steel, deformed, yung grade 40. So ito medyo marami yung quantity niya, 6,913.77 kilogram. Yung unit niya is kilogram, 111.59. Yung unit cost niya 771,507.59. Then yung formworks and forceworks, 268.89 square meter. Unit cost niya is 385.42. Total amount niya is 103,635.58. So yung finishing and other civil works like soil poisoning, sewer line works, septic tank, tank concrete, CHB, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines, ceiling negative pitch for verified metal frame, fiber, cement board, carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, window accessory, aluminum glass, windows,
meron yan.
fix.
Bakit? Naliligo ka?
Fix type.
Dali mo na yung sa baba yung trabaho mo.
Nakasama pa doon is yung
Tapusin mo na doon para may
fabricated metal, roof accessory, yung
Sampay mo
pitch
na.
26.
Sa baba niya sa gilid.
So yung quantity niya is
Bakit na naman yan,
24.68
wala kang panligo bukas.
inches in meter. Unit cost niya is 353.63.
Baka na tubig
Total
doon.
amount niya is 8,727.59. So fabricated metal, roofing accessories, gauge 26 pa rin. Oh, sorry. Tama. Quantity niya 25.2. Unit cost niya 353.61. Total amount niya is 8,910.97. So pre-painted metal sheets sa above, corrugated long span, 250 yung quantity niya, 0.8 square meters, 880.96 yung unit cost niya. Total amount naman niya is 220,944.77. So waterproofing, cement base ang ginamit. Then yung quantity niya is 33.12 square meters. Unit cost 351.78. Total amount niya is 11,650.95. So place tiles and trims. So quantity niya 147.9 square meter. Tapos unit cost is 1,906.30. Total amount naman niya is 281,941.77. Meron din ang glaze tiles. Quantity niya is 3.9 square meters. Unit cost niya is 1,906.15. Total amount niya is 7,433.99. Cement floor finish with floor hardener and 32.76. Unit cost niya is 302.20, 9,900.07 ang kanyang total amount. So, cement plaster finish, 321.01. Ang unit cost niya is 271.63, 87,000 ang kanyang total amount, 87,195.95. Painting works, masonry concretes, painting works woods, painting works ng steel, reflective insulation, CHP ng load, bearing including reinforced concrete steel, 150 mm thick, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods. So metal structure accessories and metal structure accessories ng ISO and so on. So we go to the electrical, conduit based boxes and fittings. So ang unit quantity niya is 1. Unit cost niya is 29,292.65. Yun na rin yung total amount niya. So wires and wiring devices. And under this is the panel board with main branch breakers, light fixtures. So mechanical naman is yung fire extinguisher. So with may iba pa kasing klase ng fire extinguisher na depende sa type ng mga nagliliyab is yung mayroon kasing A, B, and C na fire extinguisher. So by set siya, dalawang set, 72,000 ang unit cost niya, 73,229.63. So 146,459.26. So total amount, total unit, total cost, total amount is 4,950,166.47. So under naman tayo ng summary. This one is bill of estimate, summary of approved budget for the contract. So under general requirements pa rin. So ito yung submitted. Yung estimated direct cost niya is 209,925.6.87 hours. So total markup percent niya is 4.231%. Total markup value niya is 9,285.37. So meron din kasama siyang VAT na 10,960.55. Total indirect cost niya is 20,245.92. So in total cost niya is 230,171.56. So sa earthworks, so under the earthwork is yung submitted estimated direct cost niya is 200,876.80. So total markup percent niya is 25%. So yung 25% ng 200,000 is 50,219.21. So yung VAT naman niya is 12,554.80. Total indirect cost niya is 62,774.01. So ang total cost niya is 263,650.81. Sa reinforced concrete naman po, yung estimated direct cost niya is 982,459. So total markup percent niya is 25,000. Ang total markup value naman niya is 245,614.78. So yung VAT naman niya is 61,403.69. Yung total ng indirect cost niya is 307,018.45. Yung total cost niya is 1,289,477.45. So sa buildings, yung finishing and other civil works, yung estimated cost niya is 2,331,177.21. 25% yung total markup niya. Total markup value naman niya is 582,794.34. Yung bat niya is medyo malaki, 145,698.50. The total indirect cost naman niya is 728,492.93. Total cost naman niya is 3,069,670.14. So sa electrical naman is yung estimated direct cost niya is 86,308.93. Total markup percent naman niya is 25%. Ang total markup value niya is 21,577.24. Ang BAT naman niya is 5,394.30. So yung total indirect cost naman niya is 26,971.54. So yung total cost niya is 113,280.47. Sa mechanical works naman, kanyang estimated direct cost is 14,285.36. 25% din yung total markup niya. Yung total markup value naman niya is 3,571.34. Yung BAT niya is 892.84. Then total indirect cost niya is 4,464.18. Total cost niya is 18,749.54. Total of parts niya is 3,615,107.30. So wala siyang total markup percent. Yung value niya is total markup value niya is 903,776.69. Yung total BAT niya is 225,944.22. Total indirect cost niya is 1,129,721.11. So ang total cost naman niya is 4,744,828.41. So ito yung approved budget for the contract. So for the other general requirements, permit and clearance. So ito yung estimated direct cost niya is 23,594.22. Total markup percent niya 0%. Yung BAT lang niya is 1,179.71. So yan na rin yung total na indirect cost natin, 1,179.71. Ang total cost niya is 24,773.93. Same as the unit cost. So project billboards and signboards. So yung estimated direct cost niya is 7,397.60. 25% yung kanyang total markup. Yung total markup value niya is 1,849.42. Yung BAT niya medyo maliit, 462.36. So yung total ng indirect cost naman niya is 2,311.78. Total cost niya is 9,709.47. So same as ng unit cost. So it's occupational safety and health program. So estimated direct cost niya is 74,359.52. Total markup value percent niya is 10%. Total markup value niya is 7,435.95. Yung BAT naman niya is 4,089.77. Yung total indirect cost niya is 11,525.72. So, ang total cost niya is 85,885.24. So, same unit cost. Mobilization and demolition. So, 104,000 yung kanyang estimated direct cost. 104,574.24 zero yung total markup percent niya. Wala rin yung total markup value niya. Wala. So, value, yung BAT is 5,228.71. So, yun ang total indirect cost niya. Then, total cost niya is 109,802.96. Sorry. So, dito makikita rin natin sa general yung earthworks. So, yung remove of structures and obstruction, structure excavation, yung common soils, embankment from roadway structure excavation, embankment from barrow, common soil, gravel fill. So ito yung ano niya, yung total estimated direct cost niya is 200,876.80. Total markup value niya is 50,219.21. Yung BAT niya is 12,554.80. Total indirect cost niya 62,774.01. Total cost niya is 260,650.81. Reinforced concrete naman, yung yung mga structural concrete, reinforced steel deform, formwork and falsework. So ang total estimated direct cost niya is 1,183,335.80. Total markup value niya is 295,833.97. Yung BAT niya is 73,958.49. Total indirect cost niya is 369,794.46. Yung total cost niya is 1,563,128.28. Then, punta naman tayo sa buildings, sa finishing and other civil works. Like yan, yung mga soil poisoning, sewer line, septic bolts, etc. So, ang kanyang estimated direct cost, yung total niya is 2,331,177.21. Total markup value niya is 582,794.34. Yung BAT niya is 145,696.50. Yung total indirect cost niya is 728,492.93. And yung total cost niya is 3,059,670.14. So, yung electrical naman, sa electrical is yung total estimated direct cost niya is 86,308.93. Total markup value niya is 21,577.24. Yung BAT niya is 5,394.30. Total indirect cost niya is 26,971.54. Yung total cost niya is 113,280.47. So yung mechanical naman is Yung total estimated direct cost niya is 2 million. Oh, sorry. Oh, 14,285.36. Yung markup value niya is 3,571.34. Yung BAT niya is 892.84. In total indirect cost niya is 4,464.18. Total cost niya is 18,749.54. So, in total lang lahat is grand total is 3,825,032.97 na total estimated direct cost niya. Yung total markup value is 913. Grand total na po ito. 913,662.26. Yung BAT niya is 236,904.77. Total indirect cost niya is 1,149,967.03. So, yung total cost niya is 4,975,000. Next report is yung pag-group ko po magre-report.
Good day, good evening, everyone. I will now present the cost summary, plan, and actual cost comparison for this project. I will outline the budgeted or submitted cost against the evaluated or actual cost incurred for each division of the project. The main takeaway is that every division exceed the original budget, resulting in a overall cost overruns. So let's look at each part. Part B, other general requirements had a original cost of 209,925.67 cents, but the actual cost was 230 and 100 230,171.59 cents. That's an overrun of to 200 20,245.92 cents. Part C, earthworks experienced a significant increase from 200,000 to 263,000, leading to an overrun of 62,774 pesos. At Part D, reinforced concrete from 982,459 pesos to 1,289,477.45 cents with a variance of 307,000. So let's look out for the Part E. Finishing and civil works had the highest overruns with cost increasing from 2,331,177 to 3,059,670, an overrun of 728,492.93 cents. At Part F, electrical works also increased by 26,971.24 cents from 86,308 to 113,280 pesos. Finally, Part G, mechanical works had the smallest overrun at 4,464.80 cents from 14,285 pesos to 18,749 pesos. In total, the submitted cost was 3,825,032 pesos, but the actual cost reached 4,975,000. That's an overrun of 1,149,967 pesos, or approximately 1.15 million. which is about 30.1% percent more than the original budget. So that's all for my topic. Next, please. Next po.
For overrun and underrun analysis. Detailed cost analysis. The detailed cost analysis involves a comprehensive evaluation of the project's submitted cost estimates compared to the final evaluated costs. This process aims to identify deviations, quantify variances, and understands the underlying causes of cost discrepancies. Such analysis is crucial in public infrastructure projects to ensure accountability, cost control, and continuous improvement in project estimation practices. For B, division-wise analysis of overruns. For Part B, other general requirements. This includes preliminary items such as mobilization, demobilization, occupational safety, permits, and signboards. The overrun occurred because the original estimate failed to apply proper markup and but evaluators corrected this by adding the appropriate indirect cost resulting in an increase of 20,245.92. For Part C earthwork, this section covers excavation, embankment, and gravel fill. The cost overrun of 62,774.01. It happened because the submitted unit costs were outdated and possibly did not include equipment costs. Evaluator used dated units prices marks up. For Part D, reinforced concrete. This involves structural concrete, reinforced steel, and formworks. It had a large overrun of 307,018.45 due to underestimated quantities, material prices, and lack of detail in former costing. The calculation by evaluators based on current pricing standards led to this increase. For Part E, finishing and civil works. This part had the biggest overrun for 728,492.93, covering soil poisoning, ceiling doors, windows, tiles, paint, and roofings. Many finishing details were underestimated or added during evaluation. Some materials like fiber cement, boards, and aluminum windows dropped cost higher due to improved specs and complete marks up being applied. Next slide. Next slide. And for Part F, electrical works included items like lighting fixtures, conduits, and panel boards. The 26,971.54 pesos overrun was due to unit prices that didn't reflect market rates and lack of overhead and growth in the original estimates. And Part G for mechanical works, this covered a single item, fire extinguishers. That's the small overrun, which is 4,464.18, was mainly due to incorrect markup application in the original submission. And for the total, which is the project had an improvement approved budget of 4,975,000, while the total submitted cost estimate was 3,825,032.97 pesos. However, after a technical evaluation, the actual cost reached the full budget limit, indicating an overrun of 1,149,967.03 pesos, or approximately 30.1%. This cost overrun was not isolated to a single division, but was observed across all major work categories, reflecting a systemic underestimation and misapplication of costing principles. Next slide. and and for overrun underrun analysis, which is part B general, overrun for part B general requirements, which is overrun of 20,246 pesos, and part C earthworks 62,774 pesos, and part D concrete, which is 307,018 pesos, and the highest is part E, the part E finishing and civil works with overrun of 728,493 pesos, and part F electrical, which is 26,972 pesos, and the smallest amount, which is the mechanical works, which is overrun of 4,464 pesos. Next slide. And for summary of cost overrun reasons, the following systemic issues were identified as the key contributors to the cost escalation. Number one, underestimation in submitted costs, which is the cost estimates submitted were lower than the actual needs of the project. This was especially evident in reinforced concrete and finishing works, where the difference exceeded 30%. Likely costs include reliance on outdated pricing data and failure to accurately forecast materials quantities. And number two, which is incomplete scope, many cost items did not include the required indirect costs such as overhead contractors' profit and 12% bust. But in contrast, the evaluated cost properly included this standards component, leading to notable variances. And number three, which is unit cost discrepancies, inflation and fluctuating market condition cause increases in the prices of key materials such as cement, reinforcing steel, tiles, and lighting fixtures, which were not reflected in the initial estimates. And number four, which is technical clarifications, incomplete scope such several items such as finishing specifications, electrical works, and safety provisions were revised or clarified during the design review stage. This revision, through necessary, resulted in cost increases due to expanded scopes and added material requirements. Next slide. Next is root
Medyo nawala.
Medyo mahina po, sir.
Okay na po.
Paayos Jo. Nawawala.
Ulitin mo, sir.
Volume Jo Marie, medyo wala. Jo, paayos yung volume. Parang wala, hindi ko naririnig.
Dito po sa next topic is root cause.
Ruel, parang nag-blink-blink din sa'yo.
Wait lang, sir.
Naka-open yata yung mo, Ruel. Wait, Jom, ha? May Kuya Ruel. Parang nawawala. Parang may boss mo. Wala akong marinig sa inyo dalawa. Wala. Wala akong marinig. Parang ano. Crash, may narinig ba kayo? Joe, magsalita ka nga. Nagsasalita ka ba?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Sige, magsalita ka.
Hello, sir.
Yan.
Narinig ako,
Yan.
sir.
Yan, okay na.
Ulitin ko po, sir. For this topic is root cost analysis. First is underestimation in submitted cost. In submitted cost refers to the scenario where the projected or quoted cost of project typically provided during the bidding or planning phase is significantly lower than the actual expenditure required to completion. So sabi dito, kung for example ako ay contractor client, kailangan pag nakikipag-negotiate tayo, meron tayong provided na BOQ or BOM para yung budget ni client tumugma doon sa project na ipinapagawa niya. Next is this discrepancy can arise due to various factors including an incomplete understanding of project scope, the use of outdated or inaccurate cost data, omission of essential expenses, or overly optimistic assumption about productivity and timelines. In some cases, it may also result strategic underbidding to secure contract. So sabi dito, pwedeng mangyari yung underbidding kung yung isang project is na hindi na nasusunod. And in some case, the consequences of such underestimation can be severe, leading to cost overruns, diminished profit margins, delay contractual disputes, and potential damage to organization and credibility and client organization. Bali ang consequences na pwedeng mangyari sa gantong scenario is yung sinabi nga dito is delay at pagkaroon ng walang tiwala sa mga kliyente natin dahil nga sa nagawang hindi maganda dito sa ko lang sir. Next is markup and VAT application. Total indirect cost markups and VAT appear to have been inconsistently applied or underestimated in the submitted documents. So dito, when preparing and submitting cost estimates for project or service, it is essential to accurately apply both markup and value-added taxes. To ensure financially viability and compliance, markup is added to the base cost to cover overheads and profit margins, reflecting the actual price charged to the client. But a government-imposed consumption tax must be calculated on top of the final selling price, including markup. Failure to properly account for either component can lead to underestimation of submitted cost. Next is lack of contingency planning. In this scenario, lack of contingency planning is in cost estimation and project execution refers to the failure of allocate additional resources or budget to address unforeseen event, risk, or changes in project scope. So bali dito sa topic na to, kung yung budget sa isang project is secured na or sapat lang para doon, pwede tayong magkaroon ng delay sa isang project kung yung budget natin is magagamit natin sa unforeseen event katulad ng kunwari aksidente sa loob ng site or mga changes sa project na hindi naka-indicate sa original plan. So magkakaroon tayo ng lack of contingency planning. This oversight often result from overconfidence in initial assumption or attempt to present a more competitive bid. However, the absence of well-defined contingency plan undermines a project resilience and can compromise its overall success. Next is material price escalation. Material price escalation refers to the increase in the cost of construction materials, equipment, or supply over time, often due to market volatility, supply chain disruption, inflation, or geopolitical factors in project budgeting and cost estimation. Failing to account for potential material price increases can lead to significant underestimation of total cost. So sabi dito, kung yung plano natin ay hindi natin na minomonitor, maraming pwedeng yung materials natin hindi naka-steady sa original price na pwedeng tumaas pa, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng lumilit yung budget natin para sa project. Without proper escalation, clauses or allowances, contractors may be forced to absorb this additional cost, affecting probability and potentially leading to disputes with clients. Incorporating realistic forecasts and flexible pricing strategies is essential to mitigate the risk associated with materials price escalation. Number 5 is inadequate scope definition. Inadequate scope definition occurs when the object delivers task boundaries of project are not clearly or fully outlined during the planning and estimation stages. This lack of clarity often leads misunderstanding scope, incomplete estimates, and misaligned expectation between stakeholders. Without a well-defined scope, it becomes difficult to accurately assess resource requirements, timelines, and cost, increasing the likelihood of project overruns and delays. So sabi dito, kung yung sa isang project, kung yung scope of work natin hindi nasusunod, malaking delay yung pwedeng mangyari at yung kapalit ng delay is yung pera kasi nga yung project natin is nade-delay. Properly defining the scope early in the project life cycle is essential for effective cost estimation, risk management, and successful project delivery. Next slide, please. Recommendation: strengthen cost estimation standard. Use updated unit cost reference from DPWH Blue Book or current market prices. Number 2 is apply a standardized markup and VAT computation. Ensure that all components, direct and indirect, are clearly itemized without correct percentage. Number 3 is implement regular cost review during plan. Review and validate initial estimate with quantity surveyors and cost engineering. Bali, itong number 3 is connected dun sa number 1 po sa underestimation in submitted cost. Dahil yung BOQ and BOE mas mahalagang trabaho ng quantity surveyors and engineers and cost engineers. Number 4 is include contingency allowance. Allocate at least 10% of excuse me, contingency in future projects to account for price fluctuation and scope changes. Number 5 is improve scope definition. Ensure that all technical drawings, specs, and work items are finalized before cost submission. Bali dito sa number 5, yung scope definition, gaya nung sinabi ko kanina sa scope of works, tsaka yung sa bago tayo mag-execute ng trabaho sa isang project, dapat naka-finalize yung mga drawing kasi pwede tayong magkaroon ng as-built case yung pagbabago sa isang area ng isang project. Number 6 is use of cost management. Use cost management tools, leverage software structured Excel's database for real-time cost monitoring and automatic trading of overruns. So, bali dito is dito sa number 6 is marami na tayong software na pwedeng makatulong sa atin para mag-estimate ng mga materials like cutting list, mga ganun. Next reporter, please. Thank you.
Sino yung last?
So, number for second last topic is audit conclusion. Project title, construction of one-story, two-classroom school building. Location is Malasay Elementary School, Barangay Malasay, Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte. Agency, DPWH, Department of Public Works and Highways, 2nd District Engineering Office. First audit, through review and analysis of the submitted and evaluated project cost estimates. The audit conducts the following. Number 1 is significant cost overrun. The project incurred the total cost overrun of 1,149,967.3, representing approximately of 31% increase over the originally submitted cost of 3,825,032.97. The final evaluated contracted amount stands at 4,975,000. Consistent underestimation across division, all work division, including general requirements, earthwork, reinforced concrete, finishes, electrical and mechanical exhibited. Cost increase due to either underestimated unit rates or emitted markups and indirect cost. Primary drivers of overrun. The largest contribution to the cost increase were finishing and civil works, plus 728,492.93, reinforced concrete works 307,118.45. This reflects likely charges in scope, inaccurate quantity estimates, and outdated pricing and non-inclusion of indirect costs such as VAT and overhead. Efficiency in cost estimation. The original estimate lacked application of standard markups 95% and did not fully reflect current market rates or updated DPWH cost reference. Some components such as mobilization or OSH program or painting works were not consistently treated with markups but in submitted bill. The next is recommendation for future projects. Future cost proposal must be anchored or on updated unit cost reference. DPWH Blue Book, latest price surveys with complete markup and VAT breakdown. Greater coordination between planners, estimators, and cost engineer is necessary during the planning stage to facilitate budget deviation, implementing a review checklist and validation process before submission is recommended. Last sir is conclusion. Sorry sir, may ano? Conclusion, while the project remains within the approved contract ceiling of 4,975,000, the significant variance between the submitted and evaluated costs indicates need to strengthen internal cost control mechanism, adopting a more rigorous estimation and review process will enhance budget reliability, improve transparency, and ensure fiscal accountability in future infrastructure undertakings. Sir, thank you.
Okay na?